All right, welcome back to Timoteo TV. First week just ended. We had some great games. We're going to break them down for you, review them, what happened, and also point out the player of the game for each one. First game I want to talk about, 3:30 game, Titans and Steelers. Rob, can you tell us what happened there?
Basically, they started off with 6 players. They got in trouble somehow. They didn't come in time, but they put a fight in the beginning. But overall, they just kept on picks and they didn't have experience on the offensive side. But overall, we just did our works. That's how we do it.
Who's we?
Oh, Titans. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Titans won that game. What was the final score?
I think it was 6-30. 30.
All right. Player of the game there from the Titans was Jacob Lackley. 2 touchdowns, 2 tackles, and 2 interceptions. Had a great game. Next 3:30 game, we had the Bears over the Vikings. This was maybe possibly one of the best games ever in Timoteo history. It was amazing. Hector, can you share a little bit about that?
It was the best game, but we ended up losing by 1 point. We lost. It should have been a close game, man, but I think the best 2 quarterbacks went against each other. They both threw 6 touchdown passes, but we ended up losing by 1 point off a tip pass. But we will come after the Redskins next.
Yeah. All right, that was a great game. As I said, quarterback for the Bears, Justin Robinson, threw 6 touchdowns, so he's the player of the game. Amazing, amazing game. All right, 5 o'clock game, we had the Redskins over the Pack. Another hard-fought game, went to overtime. Rob, can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was real tight. It was, I think at halftime, it was Packers up by 6. It was real close. The defense back and forth, throwing in-os. It was real hard. They had a rookie quarterback, the Packers. Izzy, he just, he didn't get the touch there, but we hope he comes next week strong. We'll see what happens on that. They're a young team, like I said, but the Redskins, they play hard. They work together. They had only about, I think, 8 players, but they put it together and they won in overtime with a pick to run it all the way back. So it was a real good game.
And with that pick, that caused Mr. Middleton to get the player of the game for that game, as he won it for the Redskins. Other 5 o'clock game, we had the Colts over the 49ers. Now I want to introduce TJ, player for the Colts. He's our guest player.
No, Cardinals.
Our Cardinals. Not bad. And so he's going to break down the Colts-49ers game.
All right, coming in this game, it was like very intense, like neck to neck. But from what I saw, like both teams was pretty much stacked. So, and like the Cardinals, we have like about, not a lot, but like we're going for the win. So and like towards the end of this game, like I saw like a couple of interceptions, but towards the end, the Colts took it over the 49ers.
Yep. And with that, we had I can't read his first name. We'll say Mr. Millhouse, and he had 8 tackles and 2 interceptions for the Colts to bring them the victory. All right. 6:30 game, we had the Cards over the Raiders. I'm going to bring it back to TJ. What do you think about that game?
Getting this game, we made a couple of mistakes, but to the second half, we took it over. Score was 6-28, me 1 touchdown, conversion, yeah. But they started getting frustrated in both teams, like a lot of yelling, cursing, but like kept it to a minimum. But still, we took it over 28-6, I believe. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing us your stats, but that was not player of the game. That was Josh Lewis, who had 5 tackles and 2 interceptions. Just to point that out. So our other game we had 6:30 was Eagles over the Saints. Final score ended up being like 38-14, I believe. Hector, talk about that a little bit.
Well, I was hoping the Eagles would lose because I'm tired of them winning. But even though Brian left, they still had Leroy threw 5 touchdown passes. I believe he was the player of the game. He did great, and they allowed the Saints not to win.
Yep. So it was a great game. Eagles looked like the most sells, and so did the Saints, unfortunately. So, as he said, Leroy was player of the game and also player of the week with 5 touchdown passes, 4 tackles, and an interception that he returned for a touchdown. That's tough to beat. One heck of a week for Leroy. So thanks for joining us. Hopefully you can make it out to actually some of the games, watch them, and we'll see you on the field next week.